Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today. Just want to start off in the monthly. I asked a comment in on the post section yesterday. What do you think of this chart? What is it telling you? So yeah, for me, this is an uptrend. We've been in an uptrend. COVID tested the 155 here, and then we've had a pullback onto structure right over there. So there was a previous level of support, and price action is price action. It happens on any time frame. We had a break, but we have never really had a decent retest. This is a decent retest. We've got an inside bar off structure. We've got the oscillators sort of eased off the top, and we also have diversions. Look there. So there is your low, there's your lower low, lower low, higher low. So that is continuation diversions in what direction? The direction of the trend. So this trend is very strong to the upside. This little bit of chaos this year is really just a pullback, and in my opinion anyway, this is a flag. So if I do this, you'll see we're flirting with the top of the channel, of the flag, whatever you want to call it. And then the last bit of long-term information for you on this. So that was a previous fractal, previous pullback. Pullback, look to where we've come, to the 61.8 Fibonacci, price action off for 61.8. So yeah, believe what you want to believe from the media, but that is not a chart that is telling you it is about to fall. It has fallen. It's had a, what was that? I think it's almost a 20% pullback. Yeah, 19% pullback, and that is substantial. So as far as I'm concerned, we are building a base ready for a break to the upside. Last bit of useless information here. From that fractal to the top, that is my near-term target at the moment. Probably by end of the year, early next year, we should be looking at 40,000. Okay, anyway, that's just a quick long-term outlook at the moment. Looking at the 8 hour, we haven't had the breakthrough we're looking for just yet. So obviously I need to break above this previous swing high here. And interesting to note that this chaos here was just before the last CPI release. And then obviously we had the plummet with the CPI not being what they were expecting. And now we've had similar kind of thing here just before CPI, and then we've had a break to the upside. So I'd like to see us break through, and I'm just going to put both levels in here because that is the zone we need to pay attention to. We need to get through the zone and come back and test it for me to have some confidence that I can jump in long at the top here. But at the moment we've got all the signals pointing to the upside. So oscillators, bit of diversion, so that's the one thing concerning. So we'll look at that on the lower time frames. But it's always a series of higher highs and a series of higher lows, and moving averages all pointing the upside. So for now the trend is up. 3 hour the trend is most definitely to the upside. A bit of a channel flag forming at the moment, so I would definitely expect some kind of a pullback, and I'm going to be looking for this on the hour. So what are we looking for? If you look at the oscillators, you can see we have grouped to the upside, not an area I want to be jumping in long. For me, this is the zone I want to pay attention to. So I am looking for price to come back to 33,125. That may also be a double top. I want to see where that lines up. Probably find some inside bar somewhere. Not quite, but that would be, sorry, a lie. There's a swing high right there. So that would be the structure that I'd be paying attention to. Moving average is pointing very strongly to the upside. This is a strong move, looking to buy off support. So that is on the hour. You're probably going to be on the 15-minute for today anyway. And you do have a bit of a gap. And at the gap, you've got another bit of structure right there on the 15-minute. So all this noise in your head, you're looking for 33,320 as your first opportunity. Then you're looking at 33,245 as another opportunity. If you drop below the swing low of yesterday, then you're definitely looking at 33,125. Drop below that, then you're looking at 32,989. So I suspect we may just drop to the downside here and then back the upside and start forming a range in here while the oscillators cool off. And you can see on the 50-minute as well, you don't want to be jumping in long at the moment. You want the oscillators to the downside. And this gap is too juicy. It's going to be closed. Word of warning, there is a gap all the way to the downside here. Excuse me. And then the other thing just to pay attention to is, so CPI came in pretty hot, just better than what everybody's expecting. And but there's a couple of things. If you break down the CPI number, you'll realize that it's all based on gas prices. So food, housing, all the commodity items that we need to live every day. There was no real reduction. So the reduction is based on energy supplies only. So the market likes it, but you are going to get some skeptics that are going to analyze and break down the numbers and then place their trades accordingly. So you're just going to create volatility. So just be aware of that. That's kind of what you should be expecting. But anyway, trend is up. Those are the levels I'm looking at, looking for the pullback on structure. As soon as we get price action on there, and remember, I want to see price action on the level. And it's an inside bar, a pin bar, or an engulfing bar. Don't want to see it below the level like that, because if that happens, I'm looking at the next level down. And your entry is on the top of that structure, and your stop is below the bottom. And before I go, I just want to leave you with one other little thing here. So when the noise came out, you can see this massive candle here. So there you see a level, you see a pin bar on the level. So, do we jump in short here? So everything is correct. We have a level, we've got the oscillators group to the upside, we've got a pin bar. So your entry is there, and there were quite a few people that had an entry there. That's why you've got the follow through on the bar here. But some of them would have been doing it on a lower time frame, so they would have got in a little bit higher as well. But anyway, all the way down there, they say your entry was there, and then you can see stops triggered. So you are above the moving averages. Moving averages always indicates the trend. Now that's why I always say it's not something, I don't want to be long there, but I definitely don't want to be short there. It's more of a take profit area than anything else. So just pay attention to that. I mean, you have to be above the moving averages to trade with a trend. You're below the moving averages to trade with the downtrend. So if we were below the moving averages and we had a level and we had the structure, that would have been a valid entry, but it's not a valid entry as it looks like that. Anyway, that's kind of the view that I've got at the moment. So we still got a way to go. We've got to get above this area here, and that's at 33,485. We're starting to get a crossover on the daily. We're well above the 155 on the daily, but as per the lower time frames, you expect price to come back and test the 155. So that is what I'd be looking for in the daily. Test of the 155, get success on that, then confirmation is in. At the moment, big double bottom forming. And once we break and come back and test, that's going to validate. But anyway, that's kind of my view at the moment. It is poised. We're looking for longs. Trend is up on most of the time frames at the moment, up to the 8 hours. So that is a fairly strong signal for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.